Imagine waking up to find that a computer algorithm misread your medical data, putting your life at risk. It may sound like science fiction, but this is happening right now in bioinformatics. Many people remain blissfully unaware of the ticking time bomb lurking behind healthcare technology. Picture this: a scientist inputs genetic data into an AI system, expecting groundbreaking results. Instead, the system misinterprets crucial signals, leading to a misdiagnosis that could change lives forever. How does this happen? Algorithms are designed to learn, but they can also learn the wrong things, picking up biases or overlooking critical details that a human expert would catch. If a system lacks diverse training data, it risks misleading specialists and endangering patients. Consider your own health. You trust that the information fed to the AI is accurate. But what if it isn't? A friend relied on AI for treatment advice, only to discover months later that the data was skewed. Decisions made based on that information. Life filtering. The urgency escalates as the race to innovate often overshadows caution, with researchers overlooking essential checks and balances. Imagine it being a patient, unaware that the very technology meant to help you could lead you astray. So, how can we spot these bioinformatics warning signs early? The answer lies in vigilance. Regular audits, multidisciplinary teams, and open dialogues can serve as your first line of defense. As we reflect, consider this: in a world where we place immense trust in AI, how much control are we truly surrendering? The stakes could be higher, and the responsibility for accuracy rests with both developers and users. Next time you hear about a bioinformatics breakthrough, think critically. Are we genuinely advancing, or are we racing toward a dangerous cliff? This isn't just about technology, it's about your health. Stay curious and informed. The future depends on it. Imagine a world where the very data driving medical breakthroughs could mislead you. Sounds unsettling, right? The hidden dangers of AI in bioinformatics data misinterpretation might be lurking, and you may not even be aware of it. Have you considered the algorithms that analyze genetic information? Many people trust them implicitly, but even a tiny mistake could lead to life-altering decisions. Consider this: a young woman receives a report indicating she has a high risk of developing a specific type of cancer. She quickly changes her lifestyle, alters her diet, and even undergoes preventive surgery. But what if the data was misinterpreted? A small flaw in the algorithm could rob her of years of healthy living, of This isn't just an isolated incident. Researchers are raising alarms about how AI-driven insights can be skewed. Even minor biases in data collection can lead to serious errors. Imagine if your entire healthcare plan was based on inaccurate information. Let's dig deeper. Many bioinformatics tools are trained on limited datasets. If the data is diverse enough, it can misrepresent entire populations. A diagnosis that works for one group might not be accurate for another, like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Here's where it gets even more concerning: algorithms can become black boxes. You input data, and a result appears, but no one really understands how that conclusion was reached. It feels like magic until you realize that sometimes the trick is just smoke and mirrors. Now, imagine you're a researcher relying on this data to develop a new treatment. The stakes are incredibly high. A mistake could delay crucial advancements and jeopardize countless lives. This isn't just a theoretical issue, it's a ticking time bomb in the medical field. But don't lose hope just yet. There are ways to guard against these pitfalls. Transparency in data sourcing is vital, and strong validation processes can help uncover hidden flaws in algorithms. Picture a world where every piece of information is thoroughly vetted and trusted. Here's the key takeaway: don't take bioinformatics data for granted. The consequences of misinterpretation can be far-reaching. Stay informed, question what you read, and always advocate for transparency. If this worries you, share it with someone who needs to know. We're all in this together, and awareness is our strongest ally. What if I told you that the next major healthcare crisis could arise from something as intricate as bioinformatics? It might sound surprising, but hear me out. The hidden risks of misinterpreting bioinformatics data are quietly escalating. Misinterpreting Imagine a lab filled with some of the brightest minds, all analyzing genetic data with cutting-edge technology, believing they are on the verge of groundbreaking discoveries. But lurking beneath the surface is a ticking time bomb misinterpretation of that data that could lead to serious consequences. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario. Picture a patient receiving the wrong treatment based solely on flawed data analysis. This happens more often than you might realize. While we rely on AI to sift through vast amounts of data, we often overlook its potential to amplify errors. So, what causes these misinterpretations? It all comes down to how AI algorithms are trained. If the data into these systems is flawed, the results can be catastrophic. It's like trying to build a house on shaky ground. You might not see the cracks until it's too late. Now, imagine you've been diagnosed with a rare genetic condition. You feel hopeful when a new AI-driven test promises insights. But if that algorithm was trained on biased data, your entire treatment plan could be based on misinformation. The fallout: misguided therapies, unnecessary side effects, and a significant erosion of trust in the healthcare system. And as it is, the health significance Here's the concerning part: those developing these AI tools may not recognize the associated risks. They're so focused on innovation that they often overlook the critical need for thorough data validation. This creates a perfect storm, and we're all caught in it. As the stakes rise, consider what's at risk. Every decision made based on misinterpreted data isn't just a statistic, it's a human life hanging in the balance. And while technology continues to advance, our vigilance must keep pace. So, what can we do? We need to advocate for transparency in AI algorithms. We must demand that developers prioritize data integrity and undergo rigorous testing. The future of healthcare depends on us holding these systems accountable. As you reflect on this, think about the importance of making informed choices.